Hello everyone, this is a demo of the new Earthlingo Alpha. So some of the changes, firstly we've added Arabic and also Portuguese. And I'll just load up one I prepared earlier. So let's go into the home level. And I've added a few more unlocks to the game. So these are things where after you've earned some coins, you can go and unlock them, and just makes the movement system a bit more fun and adds a bit more variety. So you can probably guess what this one does. It'll shrink us down, and then we can run around the house level as a tiny version of the alien. When you're in tiny mode, the jetpack still works inside the house, and it allows you to click on small objects much more easily than when you're very big. It also lets us get up to a bit of mischief. So all of the house objects have now been turned into physics objects, which means you can sort of wreck the house up a bit. It's kind of dumb, but it's actually pretty fun. So even after you move an object, you can still interact with it in a normal way. One of the downsides of being tiny is that it takes longer to run to any position on the house. So that's what the next unlock is for. It's a tiny little remote control car. So the noise for this and the physics not quite done yet. As you can see, it's just got a default car noise. And the physics gets a bit funny, especially when you go at high speeds. So the tiny car has had all the physics settings turned down to make it more realistic for a remote control car. One of the things I haven't done yet is change the boost power. So it's still got the boost power of a much larger car, which means that you can sort of clip through walls right now, but of course this will be removed for the final version. If you want to return to normal size, you just go back to the same point where you shrunk down, and you can turn back to normal size alien. Okay, so I'll demo the rest of the changes in the town level. We'll just start off by doing a very short test. Now whenever you finish a test, you'll get two charts instead of one. The first chart tells you how you went in that test, and the second chart tells you your level progress overall. So previously we only showed the level progress at the end of a test, which meant that new users got very confused because they saw the chart just being a whole bunch of grey and they didn't really understand, whether they'd gone well or hadn't gone well in that test. So now you can see how well you've done in the test, and you can also see your overall progress in the level. One small change has been to the sound effects. So now the alien has footsteps in third-person mode, and when objects bump into each other, they're going to make a sound now, whereas before they didn't make a sound, which was a little bit weird. So let's take the car out for a bit of a spin. One change I do want to make before the final release is to have the car's camera be fixed, like in a regular driving game. This will make it easier to turn, and you won't have to focus on rotating the screen as you're driving the car. Excuse me, sir. Oh, no, no, no. So the last unlock is giant mode for the large levels. So this is just the opposite of the house tiny mode, and it lets you get around the level much more quickly. Right now the player doesn't interact with any of the other physics objects when he's in giant mode, but I think, when you're running down the street, you should be sort of kicking cars out of your way and causing general chaos when you're in giant mode. The major downside of being giant is that it becomes harder to click on tiny little objects, like the objects that we have on the beach over here. The solution to that could be something simple like auto aim mode, or I could just add some more giant mode power-ups around the level. So that's most of the changes for this update. One thing I am working on, but not quite ready to show, is the battle system, where you'll use your language ability to battle these evil red robots that have attacked your home planet. If you would like to get access to the alpha, or keep up to date with the battle system, then you could consider supporting Earthlingo on Patreon. I'm aiming to release this update sometime next month. Between now and then, I'll be fixing some of the bugs and adding some unlocks to all of the levels. I hope you have a good day and take care.